Now there is a woodworking shop near me here, and they actually gave me a few of these walnut offcuts, and this is quite lovely piece, as you can see. So we're going to turn some lovely box from it. So this will just go in a shark jaws like this, or actually this end probably, yeah, one end will fit. And all I want to do is just round this and put a little tenon. I'll use a spindle gouge. This is big, I think 30 mil wide spindle gouge, continental spindle gouge. Almost round. Now it's round. I'll use a skew just to clean it up a little bit. And I put a small sort of a shoulder so the jaws can register. And one pass to the bottom. So let's see how that's working. The roughing stage usually tells you how the wood behaves, and this is actually quite good. So is this a crack? Nope, it's fine. Now just rough this end. Again, I grab the skew just to clean it up. So that's the first stage. You clean everything up, get yourself a usable blank, and now you can see in terms of design there is a lovely sort of grain and really nice contrast between the grain. So this side is nice and straight. This might be a little problem when we cut the lid. So I think the lid will be on the top section here, where the grain or this contrast is a little bit straighter. If I cut it here, then this mismatch will get a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go here in terms of the lid, and somewhere around here maybe. I want to slightly dish this out. You can use a skew, spindle gouge, whatever suit your needs. This is 10 mil spindle gouge. So I already finished the bottom, let's say. Now it's much easier to do it than later. So that's slightly dished, but not dished enough. So one more cut. And let's make a little decorations. I won't go too far out because I don't know yet the total, let's say, design. So for now I'm going to leave it as it is, just sand the bottom. 240 grit, I think should be okay. 320. And 400 grit to finish it off. Now you can polish it up if you want at this stage, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Yeah, so that's quite lovely. And now I can part it off, and then we can work on the lid. Here is Chris Stott thin, ultra thin parting tool, which Richard Raffin actually gave me as a gift. And I'll just start the parting off process, and then I'll introduce a little bit of shape on the top portion here of the base. So let's go somewhere around here. I think it should be okay. Okay, so that's parting off, well, let's say 1/3 done. And like I said, I want to introduce a little bit of shape here. So I'll use the skew, and what I have in mind is sort of a little barrel like this effect here. I think like so. And now for the bottom I'm going to leave it as it is, so I can hollow this out. So that's the base. Now I want to true up the face here. Again, spindle gouge. It's nice and clean. Now here at the base we'll have small flange. Short one. Usually I make them a little bit longer, but here I'm just going to go somewhere around here and just make it like so down. So I want to take that measurement out first. So that will be roughly this diameter. So we need to hollow this out. Again, spindle gouge. Go straight in like so, dropping the handle down, then back down. A little bit deeper. Maybe a bit more. Like so. And we need a straight flange for the connection. Again, this won't be very deep. So somewhere around here. And you want to make sure that this side wall here is parallel or slight dovetail. What I like to do is place the ruler here and firmly press it up against the side, and I watch over the bedways what's happening where the angle is. So I'm not sure if you can see how it tilts like this a little bit. So we need to undercut the back side a little bit more. So 0 at the opening and maybe 1 mil at the back. And I'll use this asymmetric curve scraper. To make a little dome. shop the inside, I'll use a little bit of this Danish oil product. Just put it on the rag and I'll use the beeswax on top. Seal the Danish oil inside and make it dry on the surface. Although this one does dry out really fast. Yeah, that does look rather nice. Actually a little bit more in the corner, so I'll just wipe that off. There we go. So now we can move on to the base, but before that I'll just push this out of the chuck a little bit, but I'm going to grip it by the teeth marks from this shark jaws, the lowest teeth marks. That should give decent amount of true face here, so it won't be too much out of balance. That's okay for the rough stage. So again, just want to introduce a little bit more shape here, somewhere around here. Something like this, maybe a bit more, but I can fine-tune that later. And I forgot to measure the depth here from the inside. My plan was to maybe inlay something on the top, but we'll see. Okay, so this ridge is my depth. Okay, I'm going to leave it for now as it is. And now we can go for the base. You can see how it looks. And the inside. Now for the base, I'm just going to grip it all the way in a chuck like this. And you don't need a lot of force here. This will run true enough. So true up the top here. Start for the depth hole, and I need a measurement from the lid here, the opening. So that's pretty much the outside here, so that's pretty good. So our lid will fit right here at this corner. So I just want to rough this down, the flange. Almost. There we go, so that is starting to fit over. So that's my flange, that's the outside diameter, and I can now hollow this out. I'll first drill a depth hole, and I'll go slightly bigger than this mark. Now the fastest way to remove some of the bulk here is using spindle gouge as a back hollow cut. Go straight in and start dropping the handle down and back up. So that's majority of the box hollowed out, and now I can use scrapers to refine this a little bit. Now since this will be, the bottom will be slightly more curved outside, although there are no rules in terms of box making, so the inside have to follow the outside, but I think here it will be much better if we make sort of a rounded inside. So I'll use this asymmetric curve scraper. Now I need a little bit more swing to the right, so I have to move the camera a little bit. Now I put the magnet here. This is a little trick I learned from Richard. Just to gauge where I am in terms of depth. Nicely sanded, and we'll again apply the Danish oil finish. And apply beeswax, bring the speed up a little bit more. So melt nice thick layer at the opening, and then let it melt at the opening, and then push it all the way in. Make sure you don't wrap the rag around your finger. So I'm just holding it down. You can use paper towel if you want. Okay, so that's really nice. Now we can bring the lid, and I'll just roughly align it. It's actually still a little too snug, but it's better that way than too loose. And what I'll do is just align it, and I'll use the base as a jam chuck to shape the outside. So this hunk here of wood is the extra, so remove that first. I'm thinking that maybe a small dome of different kind of timber should look okay, sort of like an inlay. I think I'll go with that kind of route. Let's say make this nice and finished shape. So that's nice and clean. We have this here. And I still need to play around with the base here as well. So I'll just use a skew to get this a little bit down. Like so. To double check where the inside is now at this stage, and okay, I still have enough wood. I'll go with the square and scraper straight in. It won't be the entire length of the dome. Pushed a little bit too hard. Go a little bit lighter. Okay, a little bit deeper. So maple, this is cross grain. Need to make the tenon so I can flip it around. There is enough wood here, and what I might do is dome from maple and then thin inlay here as well. Maybe we can play around with that. So I need measurement for this dome here, so use a calipers to measure it. That fits, but it's just a little bit too loose. But this is slight taper, so to get the perfect fit, now all we have to do is scrape the bottom here. Yeah, that's almost perfect. A little bit more scrape. There we go. So that's that done. I'll just extend this a little bit. And part it off. So that's the perfect fit here. Let the camera focus a little bit. So that I'll glue in immediately, and we can cut the little ring for the inlay here. Scraper. Get it nice and clean. And this measurement is the outside diameter of the ring that I need. And this is the inside diameter. Now I'll use square and scraper. Just go straight in. And on the outside as well. For the outside, this small skew will be a little bit better. Straight in and here as well. Straight in. So that should be nice clean side, straight in, especially the one on the inside, maybe a little bit more work. There we go. Now you don't have to remove all of these wood inside, but I just find that I can hold it easier like this and just lightly go with the parting tool. There we go. So that's nice little ring. So go straight in, like so. Let's see. And just put a little bit of white glue, and I put also the gel CA glue. The gel CA glue will act like a clamp, set immediately, and after like 20 minutes the white glue will take over until it fully cures. But I can work immediately, which is a good thing. So just cover pretty much everything, because this is thin piece of wood and I don't want to break it off when it spins, when I cut it. And like I said, gel CA glue. And now you need to work fast. Try not to glue your fingers. There we go. Just make sure you squeeze it all the way in. Now it's time to finish the box. And now again, this is cross grain plug, so a little different direction. And I'll cut it with nice clean shear cut. And stop here. Just smooth this out. There we go. So that's quite good. And we need to take care of this. Now this is also cross grain. If you go into this direction, you will break it. So lightly go. I should have glued this from the end grain piece, because it will make life much easier to get a nice clean cut. Just to see a little bit more glue, but the glue line looks really good, so I'm pleased with that. So just blend these a little bit better. Sanding is done, and I'll apply the oil, and that should be that. So the lid is done, and you can see that doesn't look too bad. The big plug looks much better. The inside connection here looks quite good. There is a slight gap here, not sure if you can see it, but when you look at it from a little bit farther out, looks really good. So now we can finish up the base. Have a nice fit. Doesn't have to be top fit or really snug fit, but does have to sort of get a nice positive feel when you use it. And I don't like that you have to like twist it real hard to open it up or close. Okay, that is quite good. A little bit on the loose side. But I'm going to leave it as it is. The flange is a little bit too long, so I need to trim it. To do this is with a spindle gouge. If you go like this, you will break out the inside. There we go. I'm going to leave it for now as it is. Let's see how the grain aligns. Not too bad. Not too bad. So now we can finish the bottom. Now I'll just polish up the flange here and this top portion. The rest I'll do on the other side. Just make sure you push the rag into the corner, remove all the wax from in there, and I'll use a cleaner part or without any wax or oil, just to buff it clean. So that's done as well. Yeah, that looks quite good. I'm pleased with this. Now the box is jammed now on the block of wood here, and a little piece of MDF or whatever you have, just to press it on this side. Now this could make this kind of noise, so I may not talk as much. The MDF block needs to find its place here, so let's see, let's go with the skew. Now, I don't like this harsh transition here, so what I'll do is go one more time from here and then do something here to just or slightly small, make it smaller, or make a little bit more of a round over here. Okay, that's good. And now make a little round over. A little bit of oil. And again, beeswax. And that should be it. That looks super lovely, and here it is. So looking quite nice. I'm quite pleased with this. You can see the bottom detail, and we have the grain running all the way around quite nicely, matching almost perfectly. A little off, but that's, you know, hardly noticeable, and just enough friction. And again, this doesn't have to be pop fit, just wanted to sort of hold the lid lightly on, so it's really nice and easy job taking it on and off. So just align it a little bit, and maybe like this. So you have to split the difference, but in overall picture does look quite lovely. So hope you like this video, and hopefully you'll try something like this for yourself as well. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.